All right, so let me be honest with y'all, right? I have never.
Oh shit! What is that?
I've never played this game. I've never seen gameplay of it, nothing. The only time I've ever heard of Armored Core was while I was playing Phantasy Star Online, New Genesis, and you know, I follow a fan page and people was uploading pictures of their character. I seen a robot. I'm like, oh, that shit fire. Like, how'd you get the idea of that joint? He was like, oh, it's from Armored Core. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll go watch that anime. They was like, it's not an anime, it's a game. And basically looked at me like I was dumb, which everybody here basically knows I was not into gaming or deep into anime until now. So yes, I'm very ignorant to a lot of things, gaming, anime. This is why I made the YouTube channel, so I can review things like this. I can react to things like this. And that's why I also have a Twitch channel that is, you know, in the description box down below. You can go to the link there, and I play all types of games that I've never played before. Let's see how this Armored Core John is. I've heard some good stuff about it from people that basically played it before, saying that it's better than Gundam and all types of wackiness I've been hearing. So let's check it out.
Wake the dog up.
Handler Walter verified. Activating cerebral coral control device.
Okay. Feed the fire. Feed the fire. It's looking great though. I ain't gonna lie. If this is not a cinematic thing, this is the game, this shit looks beautiful. Let the last cinders burn.
Augmented human C4621 has awakened.
This shit fire, man. The way they making this joint look is crazy. The way they making this joint look is wild, bro.
One of the infamous Handler Walter's hounds. Interesting. You ready to climb the wall?
Call sign Raven. Priority subject for termination. High on the list.
A coral response from the generator. Watch out.
Why hide behind another's call sign?
This dude is dodging mad. Why haven't they made a Gundam game like this yet? Why isn't this a thing?
Let's see how far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
August 25th. Ooh wee. Wow.
What's up, everyone? My name is Mitchell Saltzman, and today I'm joined remotely all the way from Japan by producer Yasunori Ogura to talk all about Armored Core 6. How are you?
What's the word?
Hi there, I'm great, thank you. I'm Yasunori Ogura from Software, producer on Armored Core 6. It's great to be here.
How long has Armored Core 6 been in development, and what has it been like for From Software to return to this franchise that was such a big part of the company for such a long time?
So we have been cultivating development staff through our experience with recent titles, and there were many members of staff, including Miyazaki and myself, who've wanted to make a new Armored Core game for a long time. So really, not making a new Armored Core was never really an option. It was a case of when rather than if. As to the game's direction and development, in around 2018, Miyazaki and some core members of the team began initial direction and forming the basic core concept of
and the way they're going
AC6.
about this, it
And
seems
after
like,
prototyping
you know,
was
there's a
complete,
lot
our
of
director,
big
Yamada,
fans that
took
play
over
this.
on the project.
I've
However,
never
as
heard
you
of this
know,
game
we
before.
have several projects going on at the same time within the company, so we had to get an ideal allocation of resources. We had to get the right staff on board, which resulted in a slightly longer wait, but we're happy to finally bring a new Armored Core to our fans.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the story of Armored Core 6 and whether newcomers will be able to jump right into this entry if they haven't played any of the other ones?
This is a brand new story and has no direct link to previous titles.
Some people
AC6
might not like
takes
that. I
place
don't
in
think.
the
I don't
future
know.
where
I don't know.
interstellar
Some people might
travel
not like
is
that.
commonplace, not on
Damn,
Earth,
dog.
but
I didn't know
on a
that.
fictional planet in a distant star system called Rubicon 3. Rubicon is a devastated planet that was razed to ash in a great disaster caused by the outbreak of a mysterious new substance called coral.
Activating cerebral coral control device.
Which occurred half a century before the events of the game take place. At the outset of the game and the story, the player learns that coral, which was thought lost in this great disaster, has been rediscovered, and extraterrestrial corporate forces have begun an invasion race to acquire the rights to this mysterious and powerful new substance. So they are at conflict with the indigenous forces who are resisting their invasion on the planet Rubicon.
Okay.
The player, as a lone independent mercenary and AC pilot, is thrust into this Rubicon war for coral.
My question is, do we get a chance to customize our machine? I don't even know the proper terminology to call this. Like I was about to say Gundam. Like, do we get a chance to customize that? Like, as in the guns, the feet, the armor, the body, everything. Like, do we fully customize everything, or do they give us a set? You know, a set of, I hate to say robot. Holy hell. Mobile suit. Let's just call it a mobile suit, okay, guys? Let's just call it a mobile suit until I understand what the proper terminology is. Mobile suit, okay? Do you have to play a specific mobile suit, or are you able to create your own? That's my main question right now.
Although AC6 is a numbered title, the setting and story are completely new, and we believe it makes a great first entry into the series for newcomers.
Why do you keep showing me that?
Fans alike.
We're close to Rubicon. Wake the dog up.
So let's talk a little bit about Rubicon as a setting. Is there anything that's unique about the planet that will allow for kind of unique mission structures that people haven't seen in the Armored Core series previously?
There are two things we'd like to convey to both newcomers and old hands to the series. Armored Core offers two unique game experiences. First is this dynamic, three-dimensional action that can only be achieved with mechs.
What the
The
fuck?
second is the ability to customize
Sorry, all right, mechs. Oh wow, mech. Mobile suit sounds so much better, but okay, mech.
your own personal AC by combining multiple parts and decorating it to your liking with painting and decals and the like. So these
So we basically are creating our own.
controlled ACs are able to fly freely through the air and handle multiple weapons simultaneously and turn on a dime, dash in different directions at once. This makes for a dynamic and very aggressive combat style that makes full use of the three-dimensional space, and we feel that this has always been an appeal of the Armored Core series.
Okay, so now I understand why people say, oh, Armored Core is better than Gundam, because if that was normal gameplay, why the fuck hasn't Gundam done that yet? That's the main question I have to ask. Why hasn't Gundam done that yet? Because that right there just by itself was fire. I never thought they was going to be able to do something like that. That just blew my fucking mind. Like, why hasn't Gundam done that yet?
And is an appeal of the mech action genre.
For die-hard Armored Core fans, what are the elements of Armored Core 6 that those hardcore fans are going to find appealing about this game?
With AC6, one area we focused on was to make sure that the customization aspect is not just about parameters going up and down and numerical values changing, but how these changes are reflected in the feel of the action as much as possible. In particular, the leg part.
Did you see that? I know y'all saw that. Look at this, look at this. You saw a beam katana?
In particular, the leg parts, which control the AC's movement, you might have a tank type legs that can perform drift turns, and this changes the very basic behavior and traversal type of the AC. We also made sure that the behavior of weapons, such as the way they shoot, how they recoil, how their projectiles behave, we tried to make sure that this all makes a big difference in how the game feels and plays.
So, speaking a little bit about that customization, Armored Core game.
Yo, they're showing subtle gameplay shit, and it's so casually thrown in there like this been Armored Core. Like, this is like Ryu doing the Hadouken up in the air, on the floor, the Shoryuken, just regular casual shit. They're just throwing it in there like this is casual, bro. Nah, I might need to play an Armored Core game. Yo, nah. Somebody right now put in the comment section down below the best Armored Core game that's ever came out. There might be an argument in the comment section. I don't care. I want to play. What's the word? Put it down. Tell me where I can get it. Is it able on PC? Come on, hit me up. Hit me up.
A bit of a reputation for being very complex, with many stats to consider, parts to swap in and out. Is there anything else that you guys are planning on doing with Armored Core 6 to make it a little more approachable for newcomers who might not be used to that level of complexity?
As you mentioned, Armored Core has always been a game with many parameters and is a game where you can enjoy the complexity and depth it offers, but we feel it's also a game where you can enjoy simply by assembling your AC without thinking too deeply about it. Adjust the appearance to your liking,
that looks
and
fun.
Simply get out there and pilot it and take it into combat. That said, in regard to new players, we've taken careful steps with the onboarding and level design in the early stages of the game, so that players can deepen their understanding step by step, little by little, and work their way into that fun of the more complex parts.
So basically they said, oh, if you're a newcomer and you feel that everything needs to be holdy handsy, well, we can hold your hands for the next 3 to 4 stages, and after that, we're throwing you out the window and hope you fly.
We've also
I like that.
A training simulator where the player can learn the basics of action and assembly using sample ACs.
Wow.
We've
Okay.
also tried to make the controls more intuitive, so that we hope that those who have no experience with the series will feel free to enter and enjoy the feel of piloting their very own Armored Core.
Are there any lessons that you guys have learned over the many years?
Their very own Armored Core. So basically, they're not called mobile suits or anything. They're called Armored Core. They're called Armored Cores or mechs, I'm guessing, because the way he just said it.
Years you spent developing the Souls games that you take into the development of Armored Core 6, even though they're kind of two very different genres?
What did you just say?
Armored Core 6 is an attempt to take both the knowledge and experience gained from the development of our previous titles and combine it with the fun of mech customization that the AC series has always embraced. And in this sense, we hope to create a new mech action game that is worthy of modern From Software standards. Specifically, we're developing this game with an awareness of the things that From Software has always embraced in its other action games, such as a intricate map structure, combat design that allows players to deal with enemies by carefully observing their movements, and the ability to overcome challenging situations with ingenuity and creativity. These are all, of course, things we've kept in mind with AC6 as well. However, as you mentioned, the basic format and genre of Armored Core is completely different from games in, for instance, the Souls lineage, so there are no aspects of the game mechanics or gameplay that can be directly observed.
You ready to climb the wall?
Yeah, okay.
Can you talk a little bit about your goals with the combat design and Are there any kind of mechanics that players should know about that perhaps didn't exist in previous Armored Core games?
In terms of points we focused on this time around, I would say that individuality of the melee
some
weapons
gameplay?
is one of the key points. Armored Core is mainly a shooting game at heart, and that's exactly why we had this policy of having more unique melee weapons this time around. So in addition to the well-known pile bunker and the cluster bomb launcher that you might have seen in the trailer, there are also a variety of weapons with different animations and more unconventional characteristics, such as a chainsaw and a laser lance, and things like this. In the trailer, you may have also seen a part where the core is deployed by an AC to generate a shockwave, and the pile bunker is then used against an opponent who is reeling back from this shockwave. This kind of building combos with multiple weapons aspect is an appeal of AC6's unique assembly and combat, and we hope the players will enjoy using their creativity and asking themselves, what combination of weapons can I use to create my ideal combo attacks and secure victory?
So is there any one new thing, whether it's a mechanic or a mech part or a weapon, that you're particularly proud of and are excited for players to experience in Armored Core 6?
Decent questions.
I'd like players to mostly look forward to something we touched on earlier, which is this using their ingenuity and creativity to create a combination of their own making, and a combination of the various parts and weapons at their disposal.
My boy is reading.
So for example, they might be dashing across the battlefield while shooting ballistic weapons and letting missiles fly in every which direction. These missiles will connect with their enemy, knock them off balance, and then they'll use their assault boost to dash in with a quick burst of speed and finish with a melee strike. This kind of player-created combo and their own unique combination of weaponry and mobility will allow for this new aggressive, offensive style of AC combat, and we hope this is something that reinvigorates the series and that new and old fans alike can enjoy.
Multiplayer has always been a big part of the Armored Core series. Is there anything you can tell us about multiplayer in Armored Core 6?
Multiplayer?
So I believe ACV was more focused on multiplayer as the last title in the series, but first of all, the main content of AC6 is positioned as single-player campaign mode, where you progress through a more traditional.
Damn, so there's gonna be no multiplayer.
There will be an online PvP mode where players can compete against each other with ACs they have built and share their AC data and emblems of their own making with other users.
Oh, cool.
But first and foremost, the story missions in AC6 are single player only. We would like players to go in there, become the lone mercenary lifestyle, and enjoy this aspect of the game first and foremost. We do hope to share more details about the online aspect at a later date, so please stay tuned for that.
So they're thinking of it, but
Let's see how
most
far
likely
they
not
can
happening.
fly. On borrowed wings.
All right, well, that about wraps it up.
I'm speechless at this point. I really don't know what else to say. That was great. That was great. Hairs standing. I never even realized how big this game is, and I wish I knew earlier. If you haven't already, go follow me on Twitch, because this game is getting bought. We have a lot of games coming out this year, and probably Tenkaichi 4 is coming out this year also. So let's all get ready. A lot of games is coming. A lot of games will be played, and I am excited. I am ready. I am pumped for these new games. But definitely clips will be on my TikTok and Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Go follow me on them platforms, bro, if you really want to check the gameplay out, because I'm nice. Let's not get it up, man. I'm nice. You talking to the Dark Souls Elder Ring King here. I do the job. All right. I'll see y'all next time with it. Make sure to comment down below the best Armored Core game that you've ever played, so I can at least try to get into the groove of the game before it come out. So help me out with that, man. Another thing, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I make a new video. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. I didn't even say nothing for the 2,000 we hit, man. That joint was wild. I couldn't even believe it. I'm just here grinding, no cap. Let's get it, man. Get on this hype train before it take off, man. I'll see y'all next time with it, bro.